I'm Justin Davis, and this is Drone Camps RC. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to review the CineRun HD. It's a 3-inch digital CineWhoop. It has the DJI Air module on board. It's bind and fly, ready to go. 3 and 4S battery, 850 is my suggestion. You'll get up to about 5 minutes flight time on this quad. It has a wheelbase of 155 millimeters on it, and it has a top mount battery with an additional GoPro mount that comes along with it, which is nice. It fits the GoPro 7. I'm not sure it fits the 8, but it is TPU, and it's going to be super durable, if not indestructible. Up front, we have the Air module camera and the 1080p onboard DVR in the back, and I use the Extreme Plus cards, by the way, if you're wondering. And also, we have a TPU mounted Air module, which is really nice. And on the back, right here, another TPU piece that supports TBS Immortal T antenna or traditional antennas, and also your DJI antennas in the back. We have an XT30 there, and we have plenty of camera protection up front. These are 2.5 millimeter side plates around the camera. Looks pretty good there, top and bottom. We also have the Gep Stable Pro F7 with 35 amps ESCs on board, so really nice stock right there. That's why it flies so smooth. And we're running T 3x2 3-inch props and 1404 motors you have seen recently on the channel, 3850 kV for these. And we also have 4 bolts on the bottom holding this motor on. Let's go ahead and turn on the scale. Put the quad on there with the dry weight, no battery, 182 grams. Now with the 4S 850, 283 grams, over 250. Now we're going to get to 300 with the GoPro mount, and with the prop guards, 324 grams, and with the GoPro Hero 7, 436 grams. If you want to get this quad under 250 grams, you're going to have to use the 3S 550 milliamp. That's going to get you right at 250 grams total takeoff weight. Now my favorite part of the review is the flight test. Let's go ahead and get the CineRun up in the air, and we're going to fly it with the DVR on board as well as a GoPro Hero 7. That is the best thing about this particular smaller type of CineWhoop, that this one can carry a GoPro, and it's kind of a smaller format than something larger like the Diatone Taycan or the iFlight Bumblebee. Now also what makes this one different, it is sort of a mid-size type of CineWhoop, so it's not as small as something like the GepRc Rocket Lite, and not as big as the Taycan or the Bumblebee. So this is something for people looking for a little bit smaller profile. Also able to probably freestyle a little better minus the GoPro. As long as you take off the GoPro, you'll be okay to freestyle this quad. It does have those 1404 motors on there, and look at how unbelievably smooth this video is. Really nice. And what I did notice, even though I was flying this quad on a 4S battery, it's insanely mildly tuned. If you want to put this in stability mode and just get the most amazing cinematic shots, this one might be the go-to quad for that, because it can slow way down, or it can have a little bit of extra speed in acro. So either way you go there, it's going to be a great experience. And in acro with no GoPro on there, it freestyles like a maniac. But even flying the GoPro here, getting into stability mode, I'm able to just squeak through the smallest spots in these trees and do some kind of canopy exploration with this one. Even though it is a mid-size CineWhoop, I can really get in there and have a lot of control. And if you do bump a branch, you've got prop guards on. But I ended up freestyling a little bit too hard with this and smashing it into the concrete, and I broke one of the prop guards. So this is the first time on any GepRc quad that I ever broke prop guards. So what did I do? Well, I didn't have any extras in the box, so I just went ahead and snipped them all off. And I'm flying it for the last few flights in this flight test without the prop guards. So not as much canopy exploration, but we'll go back in there. Flying under the table, super easy, because that tune is so locked in. I'm loving that. So let's go ahead and get it back up in the air for another battery and get it back out in the field. Now, what this quad is all about, in my opinion, it is mostly purely a cinema drone. This quad flies lines like a laser, straight as an arrow. Really locked in, and one of the reasons for that is the flight controller that's on board. The Stable Pro F7, it's one of my favorite flight controllers 20 by 20s for micro brushless. You can put it on a 2-inch quad, and you can put it even on a 5-inch quad, and it will get you a super smooth flying quad. The F7 on there is just awesome. And now a little bit of tree proximity there, bumping into something. And I did have the prop guards on at this point, so I was just bouncing off things. And this is pretty much what's going to happen if you're flying it and you hit a tree branch. Who cares? Just bounce off things and keep going. It's kind of cool. But up in the air, a lot of times I show you guys, the high up test is where you can really see jello in a camera, and this looks phenomenal on the DJI DVR. So 1080p at 60 frames per second looks great. You can also shoot with the GoPro if you're really wanting to get some spectacular 4K video. But if you don't mind 1080p like this, just go ahead and go for that DJI onboard DVR. And if you did buy the DJI goggles, this would be one of those purchases that you wouldn't be unhappy about, because the quality's there. You pull it out of the box and it just works. And look at how windy it is today, and this quad is still performing this good. That is awesome, because it was blowing a good 15 to 18 miles an hour, probably 20 miles an hour, about 100 foot up and above. But again, plenty of power with the 1404 motors, and it just happens to be one of the smoothest CineWhoops I've flown recently. So I like the format and the size of this one. It is a mid-size with that top plate, and the GoPro up front really makes it kind of nice. It's the best of both worlds. So guys that want to put a GoPro in there, no problem, or your 1080p onboard DVR. Either way you go. If you want to go under 250G, you can use the 3S 550 like I mentioned before. So it has a lot of options. Or if you want a 5-minute flight time, just go ahead for the 4S 850. That's probably my recommended battery. And for me, the prop guards didn't work out. One of the first time I've actually broken these, because I got so wild with the 1404 power system on here. So if you want to make it ultra smooth, I'm going to recommend those HQT 3x2 props, and those are going to smooth everything out. Take the prop guards off if you want to, have a little bit better freestyle experience, but they're pretty thin prop guards, so they don't react as hard to the flight controller like the deep ducts do on the larger CineWhoops. So this one has a lot of versatility, and it's definitely worth the money, guys. Thanks a lot for watching my review. I'm Justin Davis. I'll see you on the next one.